Managing, learning how to look, even just like be able to look at chat while you're doing anything is a very weird skill I never thought I was going to develop, walking into my 30s. But yeah, not a lot of people know this, but being able to even look at chat and read it at all is like a godsend gift. So if you're watching somebody, if you're in their channel and like they even manage to look over and read it, I want you to know they're using like 200% of their brain right there. So cut them some slack.
Yeah, I get called out all the time. I mean, partially rightfully so. It's fine because I make all these mistakes. But yeah, I'm reading chat. I feel sometimes like this is what they see when I'm playing. Like,
Yeah.
like that's how they see me playing the game. But I'll miss small charms all the time, or because I feel like from streaming for enough years here, my eyes have become trained only to see like the orange of runes and the like brownish gold of the uniques. Like the blue stuff, I almost like I have to like to try to see them because I feel like it just your brain comes so conditioned to looking for the runes and stuff that you don't even. It's so hard to keep track of that stuff, especially
Oh yeah.
reading the chat while you're doing it. And that's I did notice I was getting so much better. I was never a big reader. But I got a 5-year-old daughter, so this is kind of how I noticed. I'm getting pretty good at reading. I'm gonna be honest. I'm
All
not
right.
toot my own horn or anything, but I'm 35 and I can read now. So I'm reading her books, and I just started streaming a couple years ago. So the first few years I can remember reading, and now it's just like blah, 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 blah. I can read it off so much faster, and it's like, man, I should have been reading my whole life, maybe, huh? If I wouldn't be so.
Yeah, no, dude, books are where it's at. That was before like well, I mean, I kind of always had video games. You said that your dad was into computers. My dad was too. So he got into IT back during like when Microsoft would give you a certificate and you could go start working for a company. Like right during the bubble. So I built my first computer when I was like 8 years old, maybe even a little bit younger. We're still using MS DOS and having to put in DOS commands to boot stuff from a floppy drive, and like you were saying, like playing like Oregon Trail, right? So um, just the I've kind of always had video games, but right alongside that was I was always like a big book reader. I just like escaping. I think that's what it comes down to. I look at the world and I'm like, that's cold and gray because I live in Massachusetts. What if I was reading this dope book where actual stuff was happening? That'd be sick. But but yeah, I mean, good on you. Like when you develop a skill, it doesn't matter when you do it. Just that, like, if you do it, now you have it. So like, big ups to increasing your literary capabilities. That's
Yeah.
something to be celebrated.
Yeah, one of those things I didn't realize I so I'm lacking. I probably read it like a sixth grade level. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's just one of those things. Is you obviously streaming, you gotta read a whole paragraph quick, or you're not watching your screen, or you're just not catching any of
Yep.
your chatters. And I try to really get as many comments as I can. It's a good problem, but it's getting more difficult nowadays. But yeah, when there's 200 or 300 people and you're trying to read, geez, you know what I'm talking about, yeah.
It's impossible. It's impossible. And just another quick behind the scenes. I want you to know. Well, I mean, this is this is true like 99% of the time. We're not trying to ignore you. It's just there's too many people saying stuff, and I'm trying to play a game at, max FCR breakpoints, and I'm trying to pick up this stuff and not miss anything because if I miss an item, then more stuff's going to be in chat, and now I've definitely missed you. So I want you to know we're not ignoring you on purpose, unless you're saying something stupid. At which point, well, maybe I am, but who knows?
Right.
I'll wait for you to highlight your message or something, or at me in chat, and then maybe I'll see it. But yeah, it gets rough. It definitely gets rough for sure.